Hello, and welcome to the GreenBiz Studio. I'm John Schmea, Vice President of Circularity and Senior Analyst here at GreenBiz, and I'm excited to welcome Kristine Richmond to the studio. Kristine serves as the Senior Director of ESG and Sustainability Impact at WM. Kristine, great to see you, and welcome to the studio.
Thanks, John. Great to see you too.
So I'm going to start off pretty broad here. So for the most part, people like me still think of WM by the old name, which is no longer correct. So tell me about the transition of the company's name from Waste Management to WM and what it means about your focus moving forward.
Yeah, thank you, John. And as we try to change and rebrand ourselves, we've grown to be much more than a waste management company. For many decades, we've been an integral role in communities, enabling sustainability progress for businesses and cities across our country. But now WM, formerly known, the artist known as Waste Management, is embarking on an ambitious next chapter focused on reinventing what's possible for sustainable communities, companies, and society. We're demonstrating our commitment through investments we're making across areas that we're not as well known for, like renewable energy and recycling. We're also giving back to communities and advancing sustainability for some of the world's biggest brands. And simply put, WM is using our position to drive the next generation of progress and growth, where when we think about a sustainable tomorrow, we envision a world where materials are repurposed, energy is renewable, and communities are thriving. And communities are both where we live and work, but also our community of people working at WM.
I had some time over the last couple of weeks to pore over the most recent sustainability report, and I noticed, WM has a number of 2030 goals that you're currently working towards in climate, circularity, social impact, and others. I'd love to hear more about those commitments, what you're excited about, what challenges you might be running into as you try to achieve those goals for WM.
Yeah, we have a long history in sustainability and community engagement. And we're really, as we've rethought our brand, we've also rethought what our ambitions are in sustainability. And I think going back to those three previously stated pieces is helpful. So materials are repurposed. And what does that mean for WM? It means we're really reimagining a circular economy by investing in operating innovative recycling and waste solutions that fuel the continual reuse of materials. And why that's important is by keeping more material in the circular economy, we can recover untapped value of waste, meet consumer demand for recycled products, which we know helps to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from raw material production. And so that's why, even as North America's largest recycler of post-consumer materials today, we're doubling down on that commitment. And our circularity goal is to recover over 25 million tons of material per year by 2030. And it's the largest commitment to recovery and beneficial reuse of materials in our industry. And we're not just saying that, we've also committed over $800 million in the next 4 years to grow our recycling network and expand tons captured at our MRFs through automation and new facilities. And so I think that's the one that makes the most sense when you think of WM. So for our second ambition, which is around energy is renewable, what that means for WM is we're innovating for climate progress by developing advanced technologies that use our waste to produce renewable energy that power communities and reduce our own footprint. By investing in and expanding our landfill gas to energy technologies, we're decarbonizing our business and helping our customer meet their emission goals as well. So our climate impact goal, which is a leading emissions reduction target within the industry to reduce 42% of our direct scope 1 and 2 emissions by 2032, is aligned with the Paris Agreement to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius and is aligned with the Science Based Target Initiative, both what we see as gold standards in climate action and leadership. And then, John, that third piece, which is communities are thriving, it means we're empowering people to live sustainably. And by strengthening the resiliency of the diverse places where we live and work, it's one of our unique features that we're in every business, home, and community. So not only is putting people first one of our fundamental values, we also know that we cannot thrive as a business if our communities are not supported, clean, safe, and sharing in diverse and inclusive opportunities. So our social impact commitment is investing 2% of our net income towards social good, including sustainability education, conservation, and workforce development. I hope that gives a little bit more of like when we say WM is not waste management again, we're really focused on those three key pieces of materials being repurposed, energy is renewable, and communities are thriving. But you asked me also about challenges. And I think as far as challenges, it's the same as what everyone else is looking at is how do we turn ambitions to action? And how do we continue to make progress against our 2030 goals? And I think the biggest challenge we have is to help everyone understand the role and impact they can have towards progress. Recycling is still one of the most impactful things one person can do on a daily basis, but there are more and more things we can do, helping people to see what role they can have at work, at home, and with our communities to help ensure a sustainable tomorrow. It's a daily challenge that gets me up every day to help others see the purpose they have in this journey.
This is all so exciting. And I know 2030 is going to be here before we know it. So best of luck on these goals. I'm really excited to hear about all the great investment that WM is putting into these goals. And so thank you for joining us, Kristine. You all just heard from Kristine Richmond, Senior Director of ESG and Sustainability Impact at WM.
Thanks, John.